And we have another guest calling in, or I'm calling them because I don't have a producer. So I do everything. I do the calling. So Siraj, if you don't know Siraj, super funny guy. So the worst tweet, I wonder if this made the list. It must have made the list. We could talk to him about it. But the worst tweet that I've maybe ever seen in my life came last week from Peter Schiff. If you don't know Peter Schiff, notorious, famous gold bug. He every week he's calling for a financial meltdown. He gets one once every 10 years. Broken clocks twice a day. But this is his tweet. He goes, Zelensky, president of Ukraine, goes and meets. He goes and does like a teleconference to the U.S. Congress. And this is Peter Schiff's tweet. I understand times are hard, but doesn't the president of the Ukraine own a suit? I don't have much respect for current members of the U.S. Congress either, but I still wouldn't address them wearing a T-shirt. I wouldn't want to disrespect the institution of the United States. Holy shit. I get he's a bit of a troll, but goddamn, holy shit. Peter Schiff, he got an epic ratio on that bad boy. And we're going to call Siraj, talk to him about it, and see what he's up to. So let us do that.
Hello.
Hello, Siraj. How are you?
I'm good, man. How about you?
I'm excellent. Hold on a second. I got to bring, I'm doing everything myself. So currently, the photo of our last caller is up, who is a transgender swimming icon, Leah Thomas. She just called in. So you have to follow, but your picture's way better than the one that she had. So
am I like the swimmer standing next to her?
No. You know what? I got to get I have a good Photoshop guy, but I didn't think that through. You're way more on point with all the Photoshopping. You got a good Photoshop game. But so I'm joined by Siraj, co-host of the Habibi Bros podcast, and you're the creator of the infamous list. Is that what you call it? It's just the list, right? It's just the list.
Yeah, it's the list.
How did the list start? How did the list start?
The list started because Kellyanne Conway got dunked on by her husband George Conway in December 2019. This is during the first Trump impeachment saga. So, and oddly enough, it ties into Ukraine because obviously the first impeachment saga was all about Ukraine and Trump's conversation with now the next Andrew Cuomo, Vladimir Zelensky. Mm-hmm. And just, trust me, Danny, I'm just waiting for those sexual harassment and assault allegations to just drop any moment now. And basically, Kellyanne Conway posted a video of Joe Biden. It was just a bumbling candidate, doing Joe Biden things, saying things that don't make sense. And Kellyanne basically tweeted something along the lines of like, we need Ukraine's help to beat this guy. And George basically quote tweeted her saying, your boss apparently thought so. I was like, whoa, hold the phone.
That was a crazy relationship.
This is your wife here. You not dunk on your wife in public like that. And especially in like a serious nature like that. Yeah. I was like, I got to take that phone, George. Like, just give me a phone. And I just like created like the list out of thin air. I acted like it always existed.
Amazing.
And like Trump got bumped down from number one so that George Conway could be number one. I was on the initial list. It was only 5 people. No one had their Twitter handles included, so nobody knew they were on the list. So maybe about like day 3 or 4, when one of my colleagues said, "At them, you coward." Yeah. I was like, all right, I'll start adding them. And then I just, expanded from 5 to like 10, and it was like every day for like the next like 3-4 months. And then when the lockdowns came in place in 2020, everybody flooded online and it went insane. And so I couldn't keep up with everything. Yeah, so I changed everything from a daily list to a weekly list.
Yeah, it's bananas. I mean, did you see the Peter Schiff? I don't know if you've been watching, but
Peter Schiff, yeah.
His most recent tweet about Zelensky not wearing a suit.
Dude, yeah, he made number 5 this past
list. That's it? He only made number 5?
He only made number 5. You want to know why?
Damn. Because who's number 1?
Yeah, because all the other ones were basically cheering on death. And it was either... So there was the Fox News crew in Ukraine, 2 of them were killed and another one was wounded. Basically, you had people within the corporate press basically getting in their snide political remarks about Fox News being like a pro-Putin outlet, and in the same sentence as writing about how tragic it was that these Fox crew members died in a war zone.
It's insane. Yeah, there's a lot of really, really horrible people on Twitter. What do you think it is about Twitter, especially for people who are not like private? They're not anonymous. Like people say some really crazy shit, like from their public facing profile.
It's well, it's weird. I don't know how long you've been on Twitter, Danny, but it's one of those things
since the get-go.
Since the get-go. Okay, so you were like there in like the early 2010s when basically like the craziest tweets were rewarded with the most amount of engagement. So people would literally tweet the most insane shit and they would go viral because of it.
Yeah.
And so that like mentality started to carry over as like sort of like the mainstream feature of Twitter. And it didn't really start to like bite people in the ass until maybe I want to say Justine Sacco.
Was she the one who went on the flight? And
yes,
she's I read about that.
So Justine Sacco, that became like one of the first major first moments on Twitter where like cancel culture was involved, because she was like some sort of PR comms executive, and she's like basically tweeted something along the lines of like, I'm going to Africa worried about getting AIDS, and then she said, just kidding, I'm white. And
yeah. and then the phone, and this is before Wi-Fi on planes, right? So she takes off on this like 14-hour flight.
Yeah.
And then she lands, takes her phone off of airplane mode, and her fucking life is over. Like the mob has gone.
So
like she's like been fired by this point. Like the whole thing, right?
Over the course of the entire flight, she's still dormant. And there's like the hashtag that starts trending, says, has Justine landed yet?
Oh, yes, right.
That was, well, but honestly, like that even wasn't the worst tweet of the decade. I think it really started with Anthony Weiner, because if you think about it,
he's my neighbor.
Anthony Weiner's your neighbor?
Like not my next door neighbor, but like he lives like 4 buildings over from me.
That's hilarious.
I see him all the time with his kids.
That's so funny.
I kind of want to walk up to him, but I'm like, he probably gets bugged a lot.
Yeah, he probably does. Anthony Weiner, I made an all-decade list back right as soon as 2020 wrapped up. So I did the all-decade list. So it was 2011 to 2020. Anthony Weiner ended up at number 1 because if it wasn't for him sending a photo of his junk publicly or his balls, I should say, you would never have the James Comey seizing Huma Abedin's laptop with Hillary Clinton emails on it 2 weeks before the 2016 election, and basically creating an entire shift away from everyone talking about the Access Hollywood tape of Trump.
Wait, that was the original pretext for getting her laptop, was because of him?
It was because of Anthony Weiner, because he was indicted for basically messaging a minor.
Right? I did not know that's I did not know that's how they so the Hillary Clinton emails was because he sent a dick pic. That was the dick pic heard around the world.
It all started when he sent that one tweet in 2011. And I don't think people realize how crazy May 2011 was. That may have been the craziest month, but the most underrated month, because it started off with the raid that killed Osama bin Laden, and then it ended with Anthony Weiner sending a dick pic.
Wild. That's a wild month.
That was a wild month.
Some people are asking, by the way, what's the easiest way to find the list? Just on Twitter?
Yeah, so I actually created a new Twitter account for the list. It's at list comes for all, because it actually does come for all.
Mm-hmm. And I almost made the list.
Danny, you were very close, I think, at one point of making the list.
And it was right after I did your podcast.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what the tweet
it was
was.
because of the cuties thing, and then my friend Corinne Fisher, we were like joking, and then she just made a joke about like a T-shirt where it's like I watched cuties and all I got was this lousy erection, and then I made the T-shirt and I go, hey, my friend Corinne, and then people went fucking crazy.
Oh
And
yeah,
remember that? And
right.
all these people were tagging you, being like, this guy's #1 on the list. Oh my god! And all these like I had like literal like this weird corner of the internet, these like neo-Nazis coming after me who were like legit.
So...
And then they found out I was like Jewish, and like I was getting like,
God.
dude, honestly, at one point my Twitter like notifications when I looked at it was just like, it was like the Wheel of Fortune wheel. It's just like,
That's
like
so
nonstop.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
It was crazy, but
I remember that too. Yeah, I remember in like having known who you are and had you on the show and like actually met you in person. Like it was one of those things. Where like I can't put him on the list. This is
like, but it was like the week before. I know, and it was also literally 1 week after.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, I have that was very funny. So I have a question about. So can I say where you live now? Are you like? Is it secret?
Not.
Your state?
People know where I live.
Okay, yeah. I don't know because sometimes people are like, "Yo," so you live in Florida now, right?
I'm in Florida. Yeah, I'm a Florida man now.
So you are a Florida man. How do you like it?
I love it, man.
You moved from the swamp.
I can never leave. I live in a literal swamp. I moved from one swamp to another.
Yeah, you went from the figurative to the literal swamp.
Yeah.
Nice.
And honestly, you never and Danny, I never wish DC on anyone, but you never realize how toxic that city is until you leave it.
And go to Florida.
I
mean, I love Florida. Florida is the most underrated state, in my opinion.
It really is.
I went there and I go, what a PR.
Properly rated.
It's properly rated maybe now, but 2 years ago, before COVID, it was highly underrated.
Right, yeah, because everybody likes to drag it. I even used to drag it.
Everybody does.
Every time I go
down. It's a punching bag. And then you go there,
but
and you're
honestly, oh yeah, it's amazing.
You're like, what's the issue?
Even people who hate Florida, even people who constantly criticize Florida for like COVID stuff, they come down here for vacation. I mean, just look at AOC.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I have one question, and then I'll let you go. This "Don't Say Gay" bill. Everybody's talking about this. There was this Disney walkout. It seems like it's one of those things where it's they slap this catchy little phrase, but it actually has nothing really to do with it.
Absolutely, it's a bunch of bullshit.
I feel like the right, the equivalent thing that the right would do something like this is if they go like, "Hey, we want some new bill where you need like to show your ID to buy a gun," and then everybody on the right's like, "They want to ban guns," and it's the banning gun bill, and you're like, "No, it's not."
Yeah.
They're like, "We just want to do like a minor thing," and they go, "Yeah, and then because you don't get traction with nuance, you just got to go scorched earth, black and white. So, did it passed?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it passed, but like at the same time, like, the whole provision, the name is the Parental Rights and Education Bill.
Yeah,
and it is specifically designed to avoid mentioning anything about, identity, gender identity, sexual orientation to children between the ages, I think of it from grades like preschool to third grade. And my only question is, why are you trying to fight? Why are you, and this is specifically coming from government employees and publicly funded schools, government-run schools, and teachers. Mm-hmm. So are you specifically trying to make this hill to die on to talk to kids between the ages of like 4 to 9 about like sex, which is, if you are of like any sound mind, which is no age to talk about that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't learn about sex until I was like 17, I think.
Yeah, I didn't learn about it until I was like 29. So
yeah,
and I still don't know.
Still learning.
I don't know. I don't know how I got to where I am, and so it's just amazing how they take something.
And do they talk about it a lot in Florida? Like, is that a big thing in Florida, or is like nobody cares about it there, and it's just more of a thing everywhere else?
I think people who really, where I am in particular, it's pretty based. So people who are talking about it are like, yeah, everyone who's saying it's a don't say gay bill is just full of shit.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, buddy. I gotta let you go. I appreciate
Thanks,
you
man.
very much for calling in.
And Danny, you're always have an open invitation on the Habibi Power
Dude,
Hour.
let me
You
know.
this.
I'll come on whenever you want. Happy to.
Hey, man, if you're around on Thursday, let's do it.
I'm in Nashville on Thursday, but
Fuck. All right.
Week
We'll
after.
get you another time.
Week after.
We'll get it.
Okay. Take care, buddy.
Inshallah. All right,
Inshallah.
buddy. Take care.
Bye.
Thanks, man.
All right. That was Siraj Hashmi, everybody.